In this video, I'll be sharing some of the top seller apprehensions along with some valuable information and some possible solutions. So be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll be linked below the video. So number one, how will inflation affect my home price? Well, I hear people expressing concern that rising rates will impact the housing market and cause the home sales to sharply decline, and this is raising big alarms. By the way, here's your opportunity to drop into the comments. I want to hear from you. Do you think this is a year to sell, or do you think it's wise to buy now before the increase, or do you just think all this real estate is nuts right now? Let me hear from you in the comments. So I definitely understand these concerns myself as I have investments in real estate. However, we need to take a look at what history says. So the first thing I'd like to share is the fact. The value of your home rises with the inflation rate. Since the 1970s, when the U.S. started tracking the inflation in relation with home values, the homes have almost always won out. They have out-tracked the inflation, and it's been the biggest hedge against inflation for over 50 years. Our real estate is a tangible asset, unlike paper. By the way, if you're sitting on cash or paper, you definitely want to put it where it does not lose value. And I'd be happy to help you find some investment homes. So, number two, let's address the apprehension of deciding whether to sell and move on or wait. Is it wise to list my house, which means, again, I'd have to turn around and buy with these high prices, or should I just stay and let my home appreciate? This really is a big decision. With a few different directions, you could take it, depending on your situation. You know, it's a common thought and probably has passed through most every homeowner's mind. But before I share my opinion, let me first give you some data. So here's a quick update of the market as of today. As you can see in the Austin Metro, we have only 304 new listings. Note that 69 actives have had a price decrease, and this is almost 20%. However, we're still looking strong on the listing side because we had 44% that had price increases. So we've currently got 334 actives under contract, 502 pendings. This is likely from the surge we saw early in January, and currently 515 homes just closed. So what does this say? Well, we know inventory is very low, under 3 weeks supply in most areas. And at my listing presentation the other day, I was showing the inventory in their area was only a week and a half. And as you can imagine, this is a real challenge for us in the industry because it's hard to find enough homes for our buyers, and they're qualified and they're waiting. So again, back to the question, should we sell or wait for prices to go up further? Take a look at this data. So this slide tells you that it's pretty slim pickings out there, 28% down. So when the pickings are slim, there will be more demand for your home, and it has potential for it to have multiple offers and for the price to be driven up. But you say, okay, what about when I turn around and buy? Okay, just hold on to that thought for just a moment, and let's talk about your potential appreciation. So if you just hold on to your home and wait it out, the forecast, clearly the experts this year say it's nothing like last year. Fannie Mae projects on the high end here of 7.6%. And this is the government-backed loans where we see the most need for the entry-level homeowners. And at the lower end forecast is NAR, the National Association of Realtors. And they say only 2.8% appreciation. So, while this appreciation is nice, it's not anything substantial like past year. And also take a look at how pending sales fell 2% in the largest, or with the largest annual decline since January of 2020. And how about this quote from Chief Economist Taylor Marr that says, by this summer, the higher prices and rates will cause the buyers to pull back. Well, from my perspective, this indicates to list now before summer and before the buyers pull back. And as you can consider the home buyer demand lessening with the rates, well, then what about if we add some of the forbearance homes that have exited and that are still in trouble or on workouts or payment plans? I mean, this is almost 62%. You know, if some of these homes were added to the inventory in addition to the rate increase, wouldn't that make sense to lessen the demand even more? You know, as you can see, the rates have climbed to the highest point during the last 2 years. So would you sell now if you have to also buy? Well, in my opinion, if you'd rather get into another home and maybe you would like to downsize or upsize because you have adult children that have moved back in with you, I would say sell now while we're at the peak, and also buy now while the rates are as low as they're gonna be. You've just traded up your investment to a larger investment, and now you're in a home that you love and one that fits your needs. Okay, number 3. How much needs to be done to buy a house before putting it on the market? Well, some sellers think their home has to be perfect before it can go on the market. And, you know, the idea of getting it ready to sell can hold some sellers back. Well, yes, it's true that certain updates can increase your sales price and obviously shorten the amount of time it takes to get your house sold. Most of the time, there's less work than you would think. You know, obviously, before you would sell, you would have advice from your realtor to know how much work is really needed. And, you know, many times home buyers, they really do want a move-in ready property. And this basically is something that doesn't require much work at all or repairs before moving in. And this is especially true of younger buyers. 76% say a move-in ready house is a must. So depending on the price point of the home you're selling, this will play a factor. So also if you're considering repairs, say like bigger issues like a damaged roof or maybe a poorly running HVAC system, you have a few options. 1, you make the repairs and foot the bill yourself, or 2, you adjust your price accordingly, or 3, Coldwell Banker has a revitalized program that allows you to get the repairs complete without any upfront cost, and the contractors get paid at closing. This program is a service to our clients, and there's no cost for using the program. So there you have it. I hope you found this helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And again, this is Susanna Gentry with Tuesday's Tips. See you next week.